somebody mentioned, hey, put some super glue on it. And I was like, gosh, that's gonna burn, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be terrible. And they created this stuff for wound closure in the Vietnam War.
All right, guys, we are here with Mr. Gene Hoagland, and he has got a quick tip for us today. What do you got for us, Gene?
Well, one thing that has become part of my regimen is the use of crazy glue. And one thing that happens is, you know, when I personally get on the road, a lot of times my hands, my calluses, usually I have these enormous calluses, and if I'm off the road for any amount of time, or if my biz is taking me outside of actually physically playing my drums a lot, I tend to lose my calluses. And so for the first couple of weeks of a tour, I'll definitely, you know, I'll bust out the old crazy glue for the calluses, because your hands can get ripped up, they can get torn up really easily, and as all you know. So one thing, I try to get the crazy glue that has the brush on it, and you just kind of brush it on your calluses. I don't know if you can see what's happening here. Hi there. And you get them on your calluses and you let them dry a little bit. You know, that's just one example. And see, I got a little blood blister going from some Japan shows that we had last week, so that's pretty good. And I tend to cover up a lot of my callus areas. I have a lot of glue points on, you know, here's a glue point, here's a glue point, here's a glue point, there, there, there. And on the other hand, I've got something similar. Glue points there, there, there. And one thing that your calluses kind of explain to you is how you are gripping the sticks. The way I figure why I have so many calluses on so many different hands, so many different fingers, is that I do tend to keep the sticks real loose. And I'm doing, I don't know if you can see the stick moving around the way it does, but you know, my stick is hitting a whole lot of my hand during all of this, you know, and it's pretty much, that's about the only area with which I grip. So everything else is just, yes, I do some of that, like a lot of guys do, but you know, all of that, and so your stick is going to hit a whole lot of places in your hand, and having a little super glue really makes it all together. You know, they created this stuff for wound closure in the Vietnam War. Wow. So I remember the first time I had a wide open, just gross raw meat of hands, and somebody mentioned, hey, put some super glue on it. And I was like, gosh, that's gonna burn, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be terrible. Huh. And that person explained to me, no, designed for exactly what you need it for, wow. You know, wound closure. So definitely, you know, keep a little bottle of this handy, and you know, you're never gonna have horrible blisters, and you're never gonna have to use horrible gloves.
Yeah.
So there you go, yeah, man, super glue.
Right on. Well, thanks for that tip. Thanks a lot, man. That's pretty cool. Baby. Yeah, right on. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in for a quick tip on super glue on your calluses with Mr. Gene Hoagland. See you later.